8:15 throughout the entire morning and throughout the entire day here on eNCA and the South African Morning. We're going to be talking about the money crunch. I mean, just how bad is it at the moment? How are you coping? I'm actually being honest. I want to know from you, how are you coping at the moment? Are you making it through the month? That's why that viewer question is so very important. Never mind getting through emergencies. Are you even able to put food on the table? It's a very serious issue, and all because the economy is in tatters. The unemployment rate has skyrocketed as well, and that was before COVID-19 came around. Let's not pretend that COVID-19 put the economy into the toilet. It was bad before, but COVID-19 has actually made things a lot worse as well. So Toom's mentioning things like fuel. We know that petrol went up just a short while ago. What does the average basket of groceries cost? That's gone up. Electricity, Eskom, keeps hitting us as well. Water is also going up as well. So basic services increasing, but our salaries aren't. We're not able to bring the kind of money in that we need to, and that's if you're even lucky enough to still have a job. So what are South Africans saying? What are you saying? Let's go over to some of our reporters around the country. Heidi Giokos and Lethiwe Mdluli are in Johannesburg and also down in Durban and KZN for us. Let's first of all go over to Heidi Giokos. Hello to you, Heidi. Let's talk about small business owners and trying to get themselves going this morning.
Yes, certainly, Gareth. I think it's quite an alarming number. 7.8 million people in South Africa are currently unemployed. And if you just look at Gauteng, which is normally classified as the economic hub, where most people try and move to this particular province to get a better opportunity, to get an employment opportunity. But the recent unemployment figures point to the fact that Gauteng province is the third province with the most unemployed people. And if the province that is supposed to be the economic hub is third in line that has the most unemployed people, that just points to the huge concern as to what exactly is being done to upskill people, what exactly is being done to create jobs. You mentioned something earlier which is so important to highlight, the fact that this issue was long before COVID-19, and it's just been exacerbated by the pandemic, by the hard lockdown, where businesses were not able to operate to full capacity, seeing a large number of retrenchments and businesses shutting down due to the impact of COVID-19 and that hard lockdown. So we see the impact on the ground. We see how businesses have shut down. Something that I have noticed while just driving around is the number of empty buildings and empty office spaces, businesses that have to let signs open, to let signs on the doors and the windows. And that's something that we didn't necessarily see before. It speaks to the serious unemployment crisis that we face. Later on in the day, Gareth, I must just add, we will be speaking to a few people who have decided to open up side businesses, what they call side hustles, because they're just trying to make ends meet. Again, I'll give you that figure. 7.8 million people are unemployed in South Africa at the moment.
It's a staggeringly high number of people who don't have jobs as well. Then there are also those who are trying to find jobs. They can't do it. Then you get the other number as well, people who don't actually want to be finding jobs as well. Heidi Giokos, we'll come back to you later as well. So sad to see those empty stores. Lethiwe Mdluli down in KZN for us. Not too sure where we find you this morning, but regardless of where you are, no doubt there's going to be stories of hardship, stories of struggle, and stories of jobs being lost in the last 18 months. I mean, how difficult is it for the people in your area?
Well, Gareth, I'm actually standing outside the SASSA offices in Phoenix, north of Durban, where I've been speaking to a few people who are standing in queue, waiting for the offices to open so that they can apply for grants. Most of the people that I've been speaking to do not have jobs. Some of them lost their jobs during the beginning of the pandemic. Some of them actually lost their jobs way before that. They have been telling me that it's very hard nowadays to even apply for a grant, because they're saying that some of them have been here numerous times trying to make that application, but because of COVID-19 protocols, they haven't even been able to get inside and apply. I'm at the moment joined by a small business owner who lost their job back in 2019, and as a result, she started a small business so that she can get by. Her name is Nobesuthu Hejana. Sabona sis.
Igama lami nguNombulelo Khoza. ngidayisa la kwaSasa ngidayisa amagwinya nophaya ngiqale ngo2019 uma ngiqala kwami ukudayisa 2019 ngangiqala ukudayisa amabhakede amathathu amagwinya nesikhaftini saphaya kodwa ngenxa yeCovid ke angisakwazi ukudayisa njengamanje sengidayisa mhlawumbe ibhakede elilodwa lamagwinya nohafu nje sekunzima kusadayiseki kahle.
So Nombulelo ngicela ukubuza when it comes to imali nenza njani njengoba ibusiness lakho liaffectekile?
Sekunzima kakhulu nje manje ngoba mangidayise lo hafu ngiyathatha ngibekelele bese ngiqhathanisa ke negrantiki ngihlanganise kuphume imali engizoyidinga.
So wena wakwazi ukuthi uapply igrant and leyo mali yakusiza ukuthi uthenge izinto ezincane?
Yebo ngakwazi ukuthi ngisizakale ngoba nga-applya ngiyaqhathanisa imalini le ngidayisayo bese ngihlanganisa negrant.
Ubungitshela futhi ukuthi baningi abantu ngasekhaya abalahlekelwe umsebenzi njengoba kwaqala ipandemic ye-COVID-19.
Yebo baningi impela bahlezi nje lapha emakhaya abasebenzi ngenxa ye-COVID.
Benza njani abantu mebedinga ukuthi bathenge ukudla?
Yikho nje ukuthi phela bahlanganise ngelento ngalobo 350 laba bakhipha ugovernment bese kuba igrant ke leyo eqolo.
Kade ungitshela futhi nangokuthi wahamba waye college wayofundela ukuba ucashier nokuthi ube yiclerk kodwa namanje awutho leyo msebenzi uyazama uapply?
Yebo kunjalo ngiyazama ukuapply kodwa bengakawutholi lo msebenzi leyo ngenxa ukuthi mangi-applyile yabo nje kwesinye isikhathi sengake nga-interviewa elento eShoprite mangi-interviewa ngayiphasi i-interview kodwa bathi ngeke bakwazi ukungithatha ngoba i-experience angakabi nayo ngisashawe experience ukuthi ngikwazi ukusebenza. Ngiyabonga.
So Gareth, what Nombulelo is shortly just saying is that she lost her job in 2019 and after that she started a small business of selling fat cooks on the street and that business has also been affected by the pandemic because she's saying that there's less customers coming to her. She did go to college to study a few short courses but there is no jobs to apply for. So shortly she's just basically saying that she's struggling to get by and she knows a lot of people in her community who lost their jobs as a result of the pandemic as well and they are also suffering.
A lot of people are indeed. Lethiwe, for the moment, thank you. Down at the SASSA offices in Phoenix. So we've heard from Heidi Giokos. We're going to talk about side hustles later. We've now been hearing about the grants for those who do qualify. Let's now take you to Nobesuthu Hejana as we take you down to the Western Cape and see what the situation is there. And Nobesuthu, seeing you off air just a moment ago, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm seeing a photographic studio behind you. So let's talk about what you are covering this morning and who you're talking to.
Well, Gareth, you're not the only ones who are on set. I myself and Mabuti and my guest, we are speaking to Mr. Thembelani Sambu, who is a photographer and also runs a deco business on the side. Now, you would know that the stats released 32.6% of the unemployed rate for 2021 for the first quarter. But I just want to bring in Thembelani. Thembelani, we talk about the unemployment rate in the country and the fact that not only the youth that are unemployed, but more people are struggling, especially with the impact of COVID-19. So how has it been for you as a photographer and also a person who runs a deco business on the side?
Okay, hello, Sisom. Okay, my name is Thembile Sambu, but people know me as Teddy Sambu. Yeah, ever since this COVID started, we're struggling a lot because we used to get clients to come to our studio to take pictures, but they don't come anymore. And at work, it's not the same because of some other month we're getting paid, other month we're not getting paid because of this COVID. So I'm trying to say we're struggling a lot. Everywhere we go, we don't get clients, and our companies that we're working with, partnerships, no partnerships anymore. So yeah, there's impact that happened a lot from this COVID-19.
And you're also telling me about the deco business that you also run. We know that due to the regulations that have been put up in terms of the numbers of people that can attend an event, so how has that impact been for you? Because I'm sure you work with people, so you need to split that money.
Yeah, for now I can say no events anymore because you remember now the law is like the government mentioned that there must be 50 people or less than that. So no one wants to do event to his own place or her place. So no events at all. We're struggling a lot. That's all I can say now. We're struggling, no events. All people who have booked it, they cancel their bookings. We have to pay back because our customers always book before, like maybe for next month, but now they cancelled and we have to pay back because there are no events, no one to do what events. So we are struggling a lot. That's all I can say. We have to pay people that we're working with, but there's no money at all. So we are struggling. That's all I can say for now.
All right, thank you very much, Thembelani. Well, Gareth, he is struggling, but he does do his business also on the side. But per weekends, he does manage to, take photographies and cover some events. Although he says business has been a bit of a struggle ever since COVID or the pandemic hit.
Yeah, it really is. As part of our focus this morning on the money crunch, giving you all the angles. Nobesuthu Hejana speaking to someone who is employed but struggling with their business. Heidi Giokos in the middle looking at unemployment. And as far as grants are concerned, government support just to try and make ends meet. On the far side, there's Lethiwe and Mdluli joining us for this morning. Our focus on the money crunch will continue throughout the day here on eNCA. So